Hi Urites, welcome to the interface of Fusion 360. This is just a quick video to show you some of the basic tools that you're going to use throughout the lessons. The idea today is we'll start with a simple concept to draw a dice. The dice will help us in terms of sketching, extruding, dimensioning, and some color, some fillets. Basic tools that you will use quite a lot when you're using Fusion 360. To start with, guys, you need to pick a plane that you're going to draw on. Okay, that might sound a little bit confusing, but we'll try and explain it here the best we can. When you go to sketch, the first thing you click is click the drop down arrow. Now what I want to draw here is a rectangle. We're doing a dice. A dice is cubic, but there is no cube function or square function. So what we do is we select a rectangle and then we dimension the rectangle to become a square. So I'm going to go to rectangle and I'm going to click on 2-point rectangle. Okay, and then this appears. Okay, my planes appear, which ones I have to choose, which one I want to draw on. Okay, as a dice is cubic, it doesn't matter too much for this exercise which plane we use, but usually we would pick the right or the left depending on which direction you're trying to view your object. The bottom one will be like a plan view or a bird's eye view of your project. But for today, we'll talk about planes in the lessons as they go on. But today, for this basic tutorial, we're going to start on the right plane. Okay, so click on that, left click. Okay, and my icon is still there for the rectangle. I need to draw a rectangle, and where I'm going to start the rectangle is where those two lines cross each other, the red and green lines. Okay, that's the start point for most of our drawings that we will do here on Fusion 360. So I'm going to click once, left click, and I'm going to drag outwards any distance. It doesn't matter. We can change that in a little while, and click again. Okay, there I've drawn a rectangle, and from there I have to dimension that rectangle. A really handy button on Fusion 360 is the escape button. When you press escape, it gets rid of the icon that you need or that you're using, and you can then start a new one. So I'm going to press escape on my keyboard. And then for dimensioning, how I find dimensioning, the quickest way to get it or the best way to get it is to press D on your keyboard. So that's the letter D. Press D on your keyboard and the dimensioning icon will then appear. Okay. This here I want to make 100 by 100. So the idea is if I can click on one side, dimension that 100, and then we'll click on the opposite side and make that 100 as well. So the bottom one here I'm going to click, I'm going to drag downwards. At the minute it's 63.9. Click again, delete that 63 and type in 100 and press enter, and that's that section done. Now I want to make it 100 high also. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one here and I'm going to drag to the left again. 64 there at the minute, but I want to change that to being 100, so I delete, press 100, press enter. Now, you notice that some of my box has now gone outside of my screen. I want to make that a little bit smaller, so what I do is use the ruler on your mouse to just zoom in and out. Okay, mouses are very handy for Fusion. It's quite difficult to use Fusion without a mouse, so very important that you have your mouse available if you're using it on your laptops. So that's dimensioning, guys. I've dimensioned a square, which is 100 by 100, so that's a 2D shape at the minute. We're going to turn that into a 3D dice. Okay, that will be the next part of the tutorial. That's enough information in this video. Try get that section done first of all, and then we'll move on to making it into a cube.